What's up everyone and welcome back to the Wolf Reactions. My name is Wolfie and today we're going to be taking a look at the Team Sonic Racing comic tie-in for the game that was delayed till next year. Let's take a look. Alright, so a couple of things I'm going to cover right off the bat. There should be some things mentioned here that I'm going to cover real quickly. You probably noticed, but this book right here, if the camera will focus, you can see this book is actually, hit my mic, $4.99, so about $5 with tax and all that. The usual Sonic comics, like this one, like the regular IDW comics, are $3.99. So there's about $1 difference between them. The reason I bring this up is for the review later on in the book. I just want you guys to remember the price point. It's $1 difference, but I expect a little more when the pricing is a little bit different. Also, you'll also notice Ian is not the writer. Oh, I grabbed the wrong book. Ian is not the writer of this book. Not this one. There's a different writer in this one. The writer of this book is Caleb Golner. I hope I said his name right. Golner. Can't say it. So yeah, different writing style, and of course, this is because this is a, as it says right here, it is a one-shot. My camera sucks. I'm sorry, everybody. It's a one-shot. The story, this does not tie in at all to the ongoing story that's been happening in the other IDW comics. This is just to... I'm just going to go on the limb and say this is just to promote the game. And normally when I do the comic reviews like this, I want to cover the story, you know, and the things I liked and things I didn't like. Then I give it a score. You guys know the deal by now. With this one, there really isn't a story to it. It's just kind of... well, it's a race, you know. It's to be expected, but with this, with a comic tie-in that was, I guess this was supposed to be out around the time of the game release, but you know, Sega delayed the game for quality next year. I believe it's coming out March next year, sometime around there. So this book coming out way early now. We didn't really need it yet, but I guess they had a schedule to keep. Yeah, but if you're going into this comic for, like, story and stuff like that, you might want to not probably do that, because set your expectations low for this book. It's all self-contained. Everything has to be basically digestible and easy to read in one shot, because this is it. This is just to promote the game that was unfortunately delayed for quality reasons, which I'm not knocking Sega for that. Actually, I applaud them for delaying the game. The comic book, I don't know if the tie-in was absolutely necessary, because all this really is, I'm just gonna go ahead and say it, it's really just like explaining mechanics and stuff like that you could easily probably gain from watching a YouTube video. That being said, the writer on this one is Caleb Golner, who, it's not Ian Flynn, so I'm not gonna blame the writer for the lackluster everything. I'm pretty sure it mainly came down to Sega stipulating, here's what you have to do in the comic, but I'm gonna try to cover what little story there is. It's basically, this is basically the Mad Max of Sonic books. It's always moving, it's always in motion. The artwork is great for this book. I gotta say, I love the art in this. There's always motion lines, everything's moving because it's a race. The whole book is, this whole story takes place in a single race. This new character, Dodonpa, is like this, I think they called him a space Tanuki, so now we have a Tanuki in the Sonic verse. Can't wait to see fan art of that character. Yeah, he just seems to be here to watch. We learned that he runs these races. He's extremely wealthy and he seems to like racing. And danger. He likes danger a lot. So, this book really just revolves around Sonic and Shadow kind of trying to outdo each other. They're both flying at the front of the race. Their teammates, you know, Rouge and Omega, and Tails and Knuckles, respectively, Team Dark, Team Sonic, are just kind of back there spouting exposition as Sonic and Shadow are trying to outdo each other at the front of the race. It's pretty much that for most of the book. Until Eggman shows up and he doesn't have a team, so he's stating that, you know, I'd do a lot better if I had a team. And then Dodonpa is like, you know what? You're right. You don't have a team. So I'm going to give you all these Wisp power-ups. Eggman starts using all these crazy power-ups from the Wisp and starts kind of winning the race for a little bit. There is a funny little line spouted from Eggman where he's like, man, I'm glad these Wisps don't hold grudges, you know, after the whole thing he did with them in Sonic Colors, trying to corrupt them and everything. And you see the Wisp kind of behind him like, really? Really, dude? Really? Yeah, we remember that. Yeah. We never forgot. There's a rear ending of a certain bat by an echidna. Not like that. Get your mind out the gutter, all of you. All of you get your mind out the gutter. And you got Dodonpa kind of watching the race and being like, oh, this is amusing. This is great. This is entertaining. I love seeing you all race. But he seems to favor Eggman, so that's something. There's something there for that. Maybe he is an Eggman follower or a creation of Eggman if he's not fully mechanical. We don't really know. As Eggman starts cheating, using the Wisp and everything, he starts pulling ahead of the pack, and then Tails is like, I have an idea. I'm going to make a call. And he calls, and then Team Rose and Team K, not Team Rose, Team Rose and Team, what the heck are they called? Team Vector. Team Vector is the name of the Blaze Silver Vector group. Man, I gotta say the roster choices and team choices were a little strange. And I'm not gonna get over the fact that the Chows were chosen over Cream for Team Rose. It just seems like such an odd pick. And then I was looking at the book and I was like, you know, maybe it might not be a good idea to have a 6-year-old driving. But I was like, she could have Cheese driving the car for her. Since Chows can apparently drive, why not have Cheese drive for Cream? I don't know. I'm nitpicking on the comic book for something that was done for the game. The comic had no choice in what the game did, so that's just the nitpick on the game itself. It really didn't explain why Team Rose has Chows in it, or why Team Vector has Vector as the lead of this group of alternate dimension characters. So if you're looking for a reason for that, there's nothing here for you. And then it basically winds up, it's your basic versus, you know, this character versus this character tie-in books, you know, where it starts off with the two trying to beat each other, but then they have to wind up teaming together to defeat the enemy. That trope, that's what this book was. All the teams come together and just kind of use their Wisp power up on Eggman and defeat him. And then Sonic and Shadow cross the finish line. It doesn't show who did first. And they're arguing over it, and then Dodonpa, the Space Tanuki character, is like, sorry, I wasn't paying attention. So the whole book amounts to a whole lot of nothing. No one wins anything. No one, you know, nothing really came out of this other than just mechanics were explained, a couple of one-liners here and there, and that's about it. If you're looking for anything more in this book, sorry, you're not going to get much. That was the point of the book, was to promote the game, and I guess it does a decent... I won't say it does a decent job at it. I kind of wanted a little bit more, but hey, it is what it is. That's another reason I wanted to talk about the price point. For an extra $1, this book costs an extra... For an extra $1, this book can be yours, if you can find it. The artwork was fun. I'd say the Rouge rear ending was worth the price of admission. Tails does a face at Knuckles that's kind of funny. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, the artwork is the only thing I'd say to look at the book for. Because if you're going in there for anything more than your basic race that no one really wins, then this is a book for you. Sadly, this is gonna have to get my lowest score, which is a 5 out of 10. The artwork really saved this book for me, but the writing was not good. And honestly, I'm not going to put all my negative complaints on the writing for this one, because like I said earlier, I'm sure Sega came to Goliner with like a list of features. You have to make sure you cover these features in this book. Talk about these features. Talk about how there's team speed, you know, there's a speed type, a technical type, and a power type. Show them what the Wisp do and all that. And it's like, I'm sure he had a list of things to go over, so there wasn't a lot of room for creative creative decisions in this book. I didn't really like this one that much. The art saved it. I say it again. Not much going on here, guys. I don't want to be harsh on the book, but that's just how I felt coming out of it. At the end of the book, I was kind of like, oh, okay. That was a book, I guess. I don't know why I was expecting much from a one-shot tie-in book, but I guess that was my fault for doing that. If you can find the book, maybe pick it up. If not, don't. Let me know what you guys thought of this book. Leave a comment in the comment section below. Hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe to the Web Reaction for more videos like this one. And ring the bell if you haven't already, because YouTube notifications are broken and you might not be able to see videos when they come up on the channel. If you disagree with me, tell me if you guys actually like the book, because I feel I was a little overly negative on this book. And I really feel I didn't cover a lot. I didn't feel like there was a lot to cover. The most you're going to get out of this book is seeing Dodonpa, try saying that name 5 times fast, is learning the name of the villain? The person who's running these races, and then seeing the teams in action. Other than that, you're not getting much. Sorry. Yeah, 5 out of 10 feels appropriate for this. But that's going to be it. Excuse me, that's going to be it for me today, guys. Thank you all for watching the video. I will see you all in the next comic review, which will be comic number 12, probably next year. So, stay tuned, everybody.